Michelle Tarpy to start us off. And first pitch, Weidra popped up, and we are underway at the Seminole softball complex. Popped up again, head and field goes back, fouled off. 0-2 to Tarpy. As we get our first look at the Wolfpack starting lineup, highlighted Hannah Church, the Ohio State transfer. Boy, you talk about hot bats. She has been on it. 14 home runs, first in the ACC. The 0-2 to Tarpy. Upstairs from Weidra.
Right now, Tarpy just trying to get on base, figure out a way to be successful here, trying to get Hannah Church up to bat with somebody on base. Definitely helps when you're swinging a big stick like that.
North Carolina native. Just outside from Weidra, knocks the count up. 2-2.
We talk about Weidra's command, and this pitch right here, ahead in the count there, and trying to battle with 2 strikes is Tarpy, but that pitch really close, gutsy take off the corner.
Weidra that time, a swing and a miss from Tarpy, first strikeout of the night.
This is where Annabelle Weidra is really effective. She can paint corners a little bit off the plate and get in your head as a hitter and then work up and out of the zone there. Great command by Weidra.
So a good start for the senior. Now she will face Hannah Church. First pitch, strike to the Ohio State transfer. For Charlotte on Wednesday, 2 for 4, a 2-run blast, and 4 RBIs. For the junior. Church off the end of the bat, lifts this into left field. Underneath is Kurt, makes the grab, 2 away. Take a look at the defense for Florida State. Weidra in the circle, head and field behind the dish. Beecham, Torres, Potter, Bueno across the infield, and Janai Kerr, Kennedy Hartman, Hallie Wakecaser in the outfield. Also Ashton Danley, the DP for game 1. Weidra outside on her first pitch. The Peyton Bordeaux.
We've seen a little bit of change-ups here for the Florida State defense, trying to figure out that second base position mostly, who's going to become the everyday player in that spot, or is there going to be one this season?
Miss again from Weidra. 2-0. You mentioned the defense. Obviously, Angeli Bueno making her 3rd consecutive start at first base. Only started 1 game last year. Now her 6th of the season. Fouled off by Bordeaux. Batting .294, 9 ribbies as well. 1 for 3 and an RBI versus Charlotte. Weidra delivers. Bordeaux popped up into center field. Hart calling off Kerr, makes the grab. And that'll end the top of the first inning. 1-2-3 for Florida State. The Seminoles in the circle for NC State. First pitch too high to Torres. And a look at Carly Maxton. The sophomore really has started to take a jump into her 2nd season in Raleigh. She is now commanding a lot more for this Wolfpack team. Torres into left center. That one's going to reach the wall. She'll round first and easily standing up into second. A leadoff double for the sophomore Torres.
Take a look right now at Issa Torres' top hand and how she's going to have so much strength, so much command of her bat head through the zone. That pitch a little bit elevated as well above the belt buckle. And Issa Torres is going to stay down through it so nicely. That's some good hitting right there.
Leads the ACC in hits, and now a 6-game hit streak for the sophomore shortstop. Here's Jason Beecham. First pitch will get behind Church, and Issa Torres drops into third. It'll be a 1-0 count to Beecham. So Carly Maxton last year didn't really get as many innings, only 18 innings pitched. Some great. Aisha Wexelman was a great senior last year. Riley Wyman was pitching well. Now this year, really taking control with this pitching staff for NC State. Outside the zone again from Maxton. And the theme with this Seminole lineup, as we mentioned in our open, doesn't get any easier. Beecham fouls that one off, 2-1.
And you look at the first couple of hitters in this Florida State lineup, and you're just surrounded by young talent. 3 sophomores in the top 3 spots in this order. Jason Beecham, the reigning National Freshman of the Year, up to bat early in the game with a runner on third. I mean, could you ask for anything better if you're a Florida State fan?
Not much. For these Noles fans who've packed out Joanne Graff Field. Beecham fouls it off again, and Maxton working her way back, 2-2 the count. The 3 overall player by Softball America is Beecham. You mentioned the season that she had last year, keeping it going in her sophomore campaign.
Good little off-speed pitch offered up by Maxton, and Jason Beecham really patient in the box. Good 2-strike approach there, just trying to see a ball deep in the zone.
Fouled off again, so 4 straight foul balls from Jason Beecham. One was a heads up to the Florida State dugout. The 2-2. Why not? Fouled off. How about the hands down the third base side?
Good at bat here for Beecham. Again, just continuing to fight. Going to be a tough out, even when she gets behind early. Still going to battle pitch by pitch.
Beecham on the ground to third. The throw home. Torres trying to hold it up for Church, and Torres will be safe at third. Beecham goes all the way to second. So great heads-up play from Torres just to get Church to hesitate. And now 2 in scoring position for the Noles.
And just a routine ground ball, but this is why Florida State is so good, because right off the bat, Issa Torres sees the down angle, reading it. Jason Beecham sees that there's not going to be a throw as she's running towards first, immediately going to second base, no hesitation for her. NC State can't come up with the play at third. And again, talk about sitting pretty now. Runners on second and third with arguably one of the best, if not the best hitter in this Florida State lineup right now, Kennedy Hart.
Kennedy Hart 1 for 3 versus Stetson a couple days ago. That one hit was a home run. Sophomore out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, batting .455 on the year. That's for second in the ACC. That time a good pitch from Maxton to find the corner, 1-1. Tarp goes around. Slows it down that time from Carly Maxton, now ahead 1-2. Swing and a miss. Carly Maxton, most dangerous hitter this season in the Florida State lineup, strikes out.
Look at how Carly Maxton is going to get ahead of this count and then flip the changeup right there. That pitch is pretty nasty. Great location. Going to start at the knees and end below the shins on your three-hole hitter. Just knowing, again, the aggressiveness, the power that Kennedy Harp has in her bat.
Find that inside of the zone. Just missed 1-0. Florida State right now riding a 10-game win streak. They've won 19 of their last 21. Looking to continue again this weekend at home. Ball 2 called. This is what Michaela Edenfield does oh so well. Leads the ACC in walks with 24. As we see Carly Maxton in her scouting report. As you just said, Alex, kind of what you can expect from her throughout this one.
Well, it's going to be the rise ball and the changeup mix on both sides of the field today. Carly Maxton going to be able to throw the changeup in any count, and the rise is going to be her setup pitch. And I think for her tonight, it's going to be how good is my rise ball going to be, because that's got to be effective for my changeup to then go to work.
She'll take a second. Love what Lindsay Leftwich told us about Maxton working while you wait in her freshman season behind some talent. Was never frustrated during that process. She knew her time was coming, and she remained ready. And clearly it's paying off this year, leading the staff in innings pitched. Clearly been their ace this season, trying to get out of a jam in the bottom of the first. Edenfield ripped down the left field line. That one's going to get to the wall. Torres scores, Beecham scores, and standing up into second, a 2 RBI double for Michaela Edenfield.
And this is where if you're a third baseman playing against Michaela Edenfield, you don't want to be playing anywhere close to that bag. You want to be as far back as possible. That one just ripped down the line. So much strength and power in the bat of area 51. A couple of ribbies coming in. Timely hitting right now for the Noles, but nothing new.
Nothing new. Michaela Edenfield. Now 17 of her 33 hits this season have resulted in an RBI, and here's Katie Dack. First pitch swinging, drops it into shallow center. Getting waved home as Edenfield, she takes a feet back. The throw at the plate not in time, and Katie Dack with an RBI single.
And another thing Florida State does so well is they hit early in counts and they hit in hitters counts, which often result in a lot of good things if you're the offense for Florida State. Michaela Edenfield, not necessarily known for her speed, but still pushing the defense, knowing that you got to come up with the perfect throw, perfect tag. Pushing another run across right now, but some more timely hitting for Katie Dack and the Noles.
Keeping it going, that's for sure. The senior out of Parker, Colorado. Florida State came into this game outscoring opponents 58-14 in the first inning this year. And they're 18-1 on the season when they score in the first. Noles trying to keep that trend going. A quick conversation in the circle. Maxton and her infield. With one out, Dack on first. Janai Kerr steps up to the plate. First pitch skirts away, and Dack easily into second.
And it's not always the long ball too, Jack, just knowing that Florida State, yes, they can leave the yard, they can do the power game, but they can hit gap to gap really well. They can hit for the singles and push the defense too on the base path, knowing that they've got good speed all across the lineup.
Now back by Kerr. Kerr, the senior, starting to find her stride as ACC play has begun, hitting .714 with 6 RBIs in 6 conference games. 1 for 3 versus Stetson. Bunt attempt will pop up behind into the netting. The runner in scoring position for Janai Kerr, 1-2 the count. Kerr over the outstretched arm of Simmers. Dak going to be held up at third. Kerr with a single, and runners on the corners for Florida State.
Now batting number 1, Hallie Waycaser.
Janai Kerr continues the momentum for Florida State, just passing the bat and having a simple approach in the box, just trying to get her hands behind and through the pitch, doing just enough to let it fall in for a single.
Brings up Hallie Waycaser. You mentioned it, Alex. Knowles just doing a little bit of everything. Saw Michaela Edenfield scorch one down the left field line. This into the glove. Swing and a miss from Taylor Ensley. Leading off in the top of the second. Ensley, the senior out of Franklin, North Carolina, 2 for 3 in an RBI versus Charlotte on Wednesday. Stairs outside the zone from Widra. 8 homers, 25 RBIs for her on the season. Almost went around, held off. All 2 called right there to Taylor Ensley. Widra went 1-2-3 in the first. Got a good piece of that, Ensley, but fouled off just over the party deck in left field. Widra also pitched in game 3 versus Duke, 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned, 2 strikeouts. Also hitting as well. On the ground through the hole between Torres and Beecham, the first hit of the game for the Wolfpack, Taylor Ensley.
Now batting number 5, Kendall Simmers.
Taylor Ensley does a great job attacking this pitch. Something over the middle of the plate that she can hammer here, just driving it right there through the 5-6 hole. Good piece of hitting. And Ensley has been a staple in this Wolfpack lineup too. Just somebody that's been really consistent, a good leader for the team, somebody that coach knows she can rely on, a lot of experience under her belt.
All those players that was at NC State before Lindsay left Witch and decided to stay when she got there. And as you, exactly like you said, Alex, really been a huge part. Also, now freshman Kendall Simmers this year has really exploded onto the scene for the Pack, fouled off by Simmers. Lindsay Leftwich told us a great story with Kendall. She got some offers to play at some small mid-major D1s her junior year of high school, but she was set on playing in the Power 4, believed that she could. Called a strike to Simmers, and she held out. Lindsay Leftwich told us credit to her family for letting her wait and hold out, and through family friends. Grayson Radcliffe, an assistant coach on the Pack staff, had connections to the family. She ends up coming to camp in August. Grayson and coach said, I think she could really be a great fit for us. And Simmers, a great fit here in the second, puts that one into right field, aboard. NC State's got 2 on. And coming up is Michaela Marbury.
Some timely hitting right now for the Wolfpack, just going the other way, and really good approach right there too from Simmers. Not trying to do too much, just trying to keep it simple in the box, and does a good job barreling up a pitch left a little bit too over the zone here from Widra. And this is where Weidra needs to kind of dial it back to where she was the first inning. A lot of command, working off the plate a little bit more than she is right now.
He's back with speed there, swing and a miss from Marbury. Junior was 1-for-3 on Wednesday with a walk. In and out of the lineup this season, batting .271. Popped up in the infield, Beecham. Now in foul territory, makes the grab, one down. And our first look at NC State head coach Lindsay Leftwich, her second season at NC State. She took over the program. They had 18 wins the season before, then got to 30 last year and is really starting to turn around the things for the Wolfpack.
And the thing for any new head coach coming into a program, whether they're a new head coach or not, but when you're taking over a program, it takes time and it takes patience and resilience, consistency to show up. And that's, I think, the hardest part of kind of creating the culture in the program that you're looking to come in and impact. Is it sometimes takes, Jack, 4 or 5 seasons for teams, players, coaches to really align with one another, but Coach Leftwich doing a good job only in year 2.
Into left field, going back is Kerr. Off the bat of Hannah Goodwin, makes the grab. Hensley thought about running. They're going to hold her at second. So back-to-back outs for Florida State. Still 2 aboard.
Now batting number 15, Tegan Thrunk.
And coming up for the pack, Tegan Thrunk. First pitch swinging. Beecham will just step on the bag at third base, makes it easy. And Weidra in Florida State avoids trouble. NC State leaves 2 aboards. Coming up, Florida State.
And again, I knew the Noles were good, of course, right? But I didn't know they were going to be doing that well this early.
Yeah, well, back to the Pitt series, the opener for Florida State in the ACC. Lonnie Alameda said, Team 42 was still defining themselves coming into that week. And then you go 4-0 versus top 25 opponents on the road. I'm not sure if they're fully defined yet, but you certainly get a good picture. At the dish for the Noles, Angeli Bueno. Mentioned before, 3rd consecutive start for the sophomore. Part of that fantastic class last season. Batting .357 on the year.
And you talk about kind of where Florida State is, where these other teams are right now, just across the board, right? Where they sit in the season and ACC standings, the whole 9. But I think more than anything, the collectiveness that this team is playing with is what's made them so successful this season. They're doing so many things well.
And Bueno drops that one into shallow left center. She's aboard with a hit and now make it 4 straight games with a hit for Angeli.
Bueno just letting this pitch get deep in the zone, going the other way, finding a little hole there in shallow left field. Nice little single, finding herself on base here, passing the bat. I think that's going to be the message tonight, is just who can get up, who can have a quality plate appearance and pass the bat for the next person to come up and keep that momentum going.
Bueno will head back to the dugout. Coming in, Amaya Ross to pinch run, 11 for 11 this season. Stolen base attempts, that's good for 3rd in the ACC. She's got wheels. Annabelle Weidra with some chances here to help herself out. Runner aboard. What about the bunt? Gets by for a strike. Weidra with a couple of hits in the Duke series while she was pitching as well. Batting .292 this year. She does both. Taken off is Ross. Too quick, make it 12 for 12 for Amaya.
Amaya Ross, so much speed on the base path, and somebody that as soon as she gets on base or comes in a game to run the bases. She's probably going to steal in the first couple of pitches that she sees.
Look down the third base line, didn't go around. So still in the tops of the ACC. In stolen bases is Amaya Ross with more on the conference and the stats with the Noles. Let's kick it back over to Meredith Grant.
Coach Alameda told me this week she was really pleased with her team's performance at Duke. They're learning how to better manage the game and tapping into passion, which is exactly what you need in this kind of conference at this time of the year. They're growing so much in their capacity for emotion, which is completely separate from the on-field skill set, but it's nice to see for her they're excelling in both.
Absolutely, Meredith, thank you. Got to be happy with that, right? 4-0. What a week, what a start in conference play, especially taking down that Duke team. There's some history on that field, of course, going back to the ACC tournament last year. Popped up by Wedra, making the grab is Goodwin. One out in the bottom of the second. Ross on second. Order is flipped around for Issa Torres.
And when you're a coach, you're looking at your team, you're assessing how well we're playing. It's not just the on-field output and outcomes that you're trying to judge here. You're talking about the process, you're talking about quality at bats. Am I hitting balls hard? Are we doing things right on the back end? And are we taking care of good fundamental softball? And then that's the stuff that typically shows up on the field. And that's how you start assessing your success, the wins, the losses, and you go from there.
Good conversation in the circle between Carly Maxton and Paige Cassidy, the assistant coach for the Pack. They're going to ask a lot of Maxton this weekend, Alex. A little bit short on that pitching staff for NC State. Again, Maxton has been pitching a lot this season for NC State. You talk about complete games, third in the ACC, that's 29th in the country. She's gone all 7 innings, 8 times this year. She's gonna have to stay in this one. In the dirt, Ross easily over to third.
This is where speed kills. Amaya Ross able to take advantage and capitalize on even something just as simple as a dirt ball read and a slight fumble there by your catcher in Church. Again, just because you don't necessarily field it cleanly doesn't mean she won't run.
Torres with some pop off the bat, dead center, and it's gone. Issa Torres, a 2-run shot gives the Noles a 5-0 lead.
Issa Torres, the big part of the park here. Again, another pitch elevated in the zone, but the top hand for me is what she has so much control and power of. And look at how she's going to take that pitch, borderline at the letters, and still drive it deep over the center field fence. That's some really good hitting right there.
Her 7th home run on the season. 5-0 lead. Brings up Jason Beecham. Beecham launched her team-leading 10th home run of the season, Game 3 on Sunday versus Duke. Fielder's choice for Jason back in the first. On the ground to short. Throw over in time from Simmers, 2 away.
Good job by Maxton, just mixing pitches, attacking Beecham. It's a big out right there, responding to the home run. Just keep chipping away, trying not to do too much and overpower your pitches, let your ball move and trust your stuff.
Driven foul by Kennedy Harp. Harp, the lone strikeout for Carly Maxton in this one. How about that on a string from Maxton? That's what caused Kennedy Harp some problems. I think that was what she struck out on back in the first inning.
The mix of speeds is tough, especially when you're throwing balls up in the zone. Good little rise ball mixed with a changeup too. Both effective pitches when they're thrown around the strike zone.
Rolled over, foul.
And that's where, as a hitter, trying to hit early in the count is definitely beneficial, but you still got to be selective in your pitches, and if you're committed to a plan, you've got to be willing and able to take a strike and still hit behind in the count. Definitely a skill that's learned.
Outside to Harp, 1 and 2. 2 outs here, trying to get out of this inning after that 2-run shot from Isa Torres. Fouled off. I mean, you look at all the stats, national stats, conference stats, Kennedy Harp, she's somewhere in there, in the top 10, multiple categories, really doing it all for Florida State this year. Try to come back with that changeup. Rolled in the dirt, 2 and 2. Out off again. Good battle here between Maxton and Harp.
And good at bat for Harp, just trying to foul off pitches and fight any way she can. Doesn't want to let anything get too close to the zone that she's not taking a hack at, but trying to still be selective here and wait for her pitch.
We'll do it again, 2 and 2. Trying to find that outside corner, just missed, loads the count. 9th pitch of the AB. Three-two to Harp. On the ground, great job from Goodwin. The throw not in time. Too much speed from Harp, but credit the play from Hannah Goodwin at the hot corner. Could have been extra bases.
Talk about great play and hot corner both. Goodwin with the good snag there on the forehand side, but just Harp is so fast down the line, so much athleticism. Not only does she have the power, but she's got the speed and the quickness as well. And a tough combination definitely makes for a tough out. Because for anybody else, I don't know about you, Jack, but for me, I mean, I'm probably thrown out on that, so good stuff for Harp.
Yeah, I really can't speak too much for myself. Taken off is Harp. Still showing off the wheel. She'll get all the way to third. After that ball skirt away, trying to throw down to second.
Kennedy Harp, it only takes one pitch and she's immediately off and then gonna slide right into the tag. It had her beat there, but shortstop Simmers couldn't come up with it. You see the immediate, just no hesitation, get up and go. I mean, that's just the feel of the game. That's the kind of stuff that you can't necessarily teach.
First pitch swinging at infield. State, Tori Ensley. The sister of Taylor Ensley, who got it going for the Wolfpack with the first hit. Into right field. That one's gonna get to the wall. Tori Ensley showing off her speed and a stand-up double. And some dancing afterwards for Tori.
Tori Ensley thinking big part of the park as well. Look at how she's going to let this one also get deep in the zone. So if you're watching at home, you know that the key to success to be a great hitter at this level is to hit balls the other way. There's a lot of base hits out there, especially those in the gap. Some good stuff for Ensley, turning the lineup back over.
And that's why they got her in that 9-hole. They've shifted her around, but that is where she does best, getting on base, and really been a key part for now Michelle Tarpy, Hannah Church. The only RBIs they have brought in this year. Here it is, top of the order, Michelle Tarpy. Swings by that pitch, 0-2. Weidra ahead, struck out to open up this game. Outside from Weidra. The runner in scoring position for Tarpy.
And NC State, the last couple of innings, have done a good job getting that leadoff runner on base and trying to get the pressure on the defense.
Off the end of the bat, reached outside the zone to get a piece, right back to Weidra. She'll flip over to first, but Ensley will move to third. 60 feet away.
And Jack, you mentioned earlier, Weidra also coming into play second base, sometimes helping her own cause. A definite two-way player on both sides of the field, can hit, can play defense, obviously pitches well in the circle too, so her ability to field her position is pretty elite.
Also the pitching tonight, first pitch strike to Hannah Church, a fly out back in the first inning. Popped up, coming in is Way Kaser. Ensley will take off, but great throw from Way Kaser to hold Tori Ensley at third, now 2 away in the top of the third.
And look at how Way Kaser is going to come in and just time this ball perfectly. She's catching the ball as she's running in, the nice little one hop to end field there. That's the stuff that, as an outfielder, you take a lot of pride in that catch and throw. Really good stuff from Way Kaser in your Florida State defense.
Actually here in the heart of the order, Peyton Bordeaux up to bat. Fly out for her as well back in the first. Weidra just misses, crowd didn't like it, 1-1. Trying to stay in control early in this one. Two and 1 to Bordeaux. Started her career at Georgia. The first recruit for Lindsay Leftwich at NC State. Was injured last year, got hurt. Now great to have her back in the lineup this season. Into center field, Harp drifting back, makes the grab. Weidra escapes again. NC State leaves another runner aboard. Florida State, they're still in control. 5-0 they lead.
Diligent in the process. I love it.
Hey, with more on Katie Dack, let's send it back over to Meredith.
Well, that's exactly what Katie Dack told me. She's adjusted, Alex. She is a self-proclaimed hothead because she's passionate about softball, but she's worked so hard in the offseason to dial it down, reel in her emotions, thinking if I can't get it this at bat, I know I can next time. And she's now adopting a really smart plan, understanding her misses and putting trust in her team.
Gotta trust it.
Gotta trust it. I mean, you go back to her freshman year, 11 home runs for Dack, right? So you come in, you're hitting pretty well. Maybe you're looking for the big swing all the time, really starting to change your approach. Coming in now her senior year, you're definitely starting to see it.
And that's the hardest thing is you come in, you have a good year one, and then it feels like, now what? How do I replicate that? How do I go, above and beyond what I just accomplished? But I think the reality that you start to figure out as an athlete is you don't have to.
And Dak with some pop into right field. Going back is Taylor Ensley. Makes the grab at the track, 1 down for NC State with a new pitcher in the circle. Wen Gore will replace Carly Maxton. Pitched 1 inning, allowed 2 hits and a strikeout for Charlotte on Wednesday. But really is the 1-2 punch for the Pack between Carly Maxton and the junior Wen Gore.
And Wen Gore just going to have a different look, going to still have the changeup that she'll throw at any time, but also going to mix it with a drop ball. So instead of being up and change, she's going to be down and change. So just these Florida State hitters really trying to challenge her deep in the zone, see a pitch up that they know they can drive.
Fouled off by Janai Kerr. Single for her in her first at bat. Wen Gore didn't play last season due to an injury. Now back this year. Over 50 innings pitched. Her 17th appearance on the year. Kerr into right field, another base hit for Janai.
Janai Kerr staying hot, gets her hands around this one, hitting that one out in front. I like that aggressiveness too from Kerr, because somebody else that's historically just let the ball get so deep in the zone goes the other way and up the middle a lot, but shows us that she can get that bat head extended around the ball a little bit.
1 on for the Noles, also a pinch runner as well. Coming in for Florida State, Annie Potter going to pinch run. So Potter to run at first and Hallie Waycaser up to bat with a double play. Rounded out in 2 in her first at bat. First pitch swinging, bounced over to third. Goodwin throws across in time to get Waycaser. Potter will move on to second. So 2 outs in the home half of the third and a runner in scoring position for Maya Ross. So Ross came in to pinch run for Angeli Bueno before. First pitch swinging from Ross there, 2. An easy play at second from Thrunk. And Wen Gore comes in at Ensley. 1 out in the top of the 4th. Credit Widra in this game right now. Pitched twice versus Duke over the weekend. Today, 3 1/3, only allowed 3 hits and 1 strikeout. Or the Auburn transfer. Freshman Kendall Simmers back up. Swings by that pitch from Widra, 1-1. Simmers with a hit for herself in her first at bat back in the 2nd inning. Fouls that pitch back into the net. Widra ahead 1-2 to Simmers. Lifted foul. We'll do it again, 1-2. Freshman Kendall Simmers. Downstairs, knocks the count up. Good job from Simmers to battle right now. Stay alive in the count.
Good fight here for Simmers. Again, only a freshman, not somebody that was coming in expecting to be an everyday player, but has done a great job just kind of assuming a role of starter here. Fighting, battling pitch by pitch, working herself deeper into counts.
Gets her looking. Strike 3 called. The second strikeout for Widra in this one.
We talk about the fight of Simmers, but Widra just going to challenge her off the plate just a bit right there on the outside corner. Spinning the ball well and gonna get the called strike. Definitely a gutsy take, one you don't want to let go when you're behind 2 strikes. Great pitch, great location, great command.
Lifted back behind and foul by Michaela Marbury. Oh for 1 tonight is Marbury. How's that one back to NC State, coming off a big series win versus Boston College last weekend. They really were showing off what that team does in terms of scoring runs. Talk about Marbury herself, back to the Notre Dame series, sandwiched in between. And the rubber match on Sunday was a walk-off home run by Marbury in the bottom of the 8th to give the Pack the win, the series win over Notre Dame. 1-4 their last 5 in the ACC. Only 6 ACC wins last year, trying to keep building on that is Lindsley Leftwich and her staff. Popped up, going back is Potter. She'll make the grab, 2 outs. Actually 3 outs, that's it. Top of the 4th, Widra, but Widra back up. When Gore was able to take care of business coming in for Carly Maxton last inning. Widra fly out her first at bat. Fouls it back, now 1-2. Gore delivers, foul back. Again from Widra. Hasn't been too often here in Tallahassee. You see transfers added with Lonnie Alameda. But certainly has Annabelle Widra been a big addition for Florida State this year. Obviously, we've talked about her pitching. But when you can do both and you can hit as well and knock home some runs, especially in how the game has been changing today, definitely helps for Kocha. Widra off the end of the bat, floats it into shallow center over the outstretched glove of Simmers. And Widra, her first hit of the evening.
Widra helping her own cause, a little bit out front there. That pitch, not a bad location, off the plate, out of the zone, but Widra does just a good enough job getting her hands extended, letting that one fall in. Gotta love a pitcher that can hit, help himself out in the circle. Good base running here as well. And then you got Issa Torres potentially doing some short game after she's had a stellar night so far, double and a home run. I mean, and then gonna drop a bunt? Come on, that's just mean.
The runner aboard before for her 2-run shot. (2-0) to Issa Torres. 3-0 now to Issa, and with more on the sophomore, let's kick it over to Meredith.
Jack, the best way Coach Alameda described Issa Torres to me said that she is a spark. She is so motivated to be consistent and joyful every second of every day. And that's what you see. It comes off the bat just like that. When you're playing with joy, going into at-bats with a plan, you get on base.
Just like that, indeed, Meredith. Isa Torres continues her terrific night, aboard with a single.
Number 42, Jason Beecham.
You see the big smile on Torres' face just because sometimes you just want to be lucky. I'd rather be lucky than good. That one falling in, but just a heck of a night for Torres at the top part of the order. Third hit on the evening. I mean, clearly seeing the ball well.
Runners on first and second now for Jason Beecham. Beecham tonight still looking to get going with the bat. Off speed freezes Jason there. Good pitch from Wen Gore. 0-2. Chopped over to short, throw to second, gets one, not in time to get Beecham. So Torres out at second, but runners on the corners for Florida State. One out here for Kennedy Hart.
And Beecham just out front of the off-speed pitch there, but routine play for shortstop Simmers. Trying to turn the double play, just not in time. Good speed down the line by Beecham.
Harp struck out in the first. Got aboard with a single back in the second. Down right into the hot corner to Goodwin. It's a great stop from Hannah Goodwin at third. Just Kennedy Hart with wheels down the line to beat out the throw. Goodwin been a mainstay. Started every game at third base this season for the Pack. Swing and a miss from Kennedy Hart. Wen Gore looking good since she's came in, trying to limit any damage right now. They had 1 and 2. Got her, swing and a miss again. Wen Gore.
And Wen Gore just painting this inside corner there, a little drop ball action, tight and down for Kennedy Harp. That pitch so tough to hit. You see Harp trying to force the barrel down through that ball, but great location by Gore.
Brings up Michaela Edenfield. Down by the feet of Edenfield. She'll trot down to first. Will load the bases for Florida State. That one just got away from Gore.
You got Gore trying to throw that drop ball and just kind of hits her hip. Gets in the way a little bit to that pitch to Edenfield. She stays tough, hustles down the line.
And pitch runner for Michaela Edenfield, Maddie Fry. Catcher for catcher. And at first base. And now Katie Dack to the plate. Talking about her majority of the night. How she's been seeing the ball the past couple. Now big spot, 2 outs, bases loaded. First pitch from Gore. Couldn't find the zone 1-0.
Katie Dack in a big situation right now. Big RBI opportunity. Florida State looking to shut the door.
Right back to the pitcher, Gore. Able to avoid any trouble. Great job. And Florida State only leads 5. Widra delivers on the ground. Covered up in the dirt. New catcher for the Noles, Maddie Fry, will replace Michaela Edenfield. That one was scorched down the left field line, just fouled off from Hannah Goodwin. Goodwin this time to right field. Underneath his Waycaser, one out.
Now batting number 15, Tegan Brown.
And if you're Lonnie Alameda looking at Annabelle Widra and how effective she's been tonight, again, you know that one of her primary pitches is going to be the rise ball and how frequently she throws it. So you take a look here at the split of her outs. 8 fly balls, only 3 ground balls, a couple of strikeouts as well.
Thrunk in to right again, and Waycaser no one to make the grab.
And almost right on cue, Widra getting another fly ball out. Again, just knowing that my pitcher is throwing predominantly pitches up in the zone and seeing how the hitters are attacking her, they're not really able right now to make the adjustment, and that's where if you're NC State, you're trying to flip the script and go the absolute opposite there, trying to get more ground balls, trying to get down through the pitch. So you know Widra's feeling good and throwing it really well.
Into right again. Could it be all Hallie Waycaser? It is. 1, 2, 3 off the bats. Hallie Waycaser gets it done. Bottom 5 coming up. Florida State up to bat.
A run has not come across since Gore has gotten herself in the circle. So a lot of effectiveness, gotten base runners on, but just can't come through with that timely hit that Florida State had the first couple innings.
Start this inning, she'll face Janai Kerr, 1-1 is the count. Kerr fouls that one off the netting of the NC State dugout. Kerr 2 singles tonight. Continuing her hot streak right now in ACC play. Steps back off that pitch from Gore, 2-2. Six for 10, 4 RBIs, and a double over the weekend versus Duke, but Gore gets Kerr looking.
Talk about great locations. Nasty pitch right here for Gore. This pitch just painted on the inside corner. I think it just freezes Kerr. When you can go both sides of the plate, you're looking away, and then that one coming on the inside half, just absolutely freezing you.
And looks like we're going to get a pitching change. We'll take the break. We'll introduce you to the Pack's new pitcher when we return. Pitcher now for NC State, Riley Wyman, the junior out of Gardnerville, Nevada, enters the game here in the bottom of the 5th. 38 and the 3rd innings pitched. 2.74 ERA on the season.
An interesting move to bring Wyman in. The only thing I can think of, Jack, is you look at how well Gore has done throughout the game and maybe looking ahead to tomorrow, knowing that, hey, I'm going to need her nice and fresh for tomorrow's afternoon game. So Wyman going to come in and be a little bit of a mix of Maxton and Gore. She's going to be that rise drop change mix.
Try to right in with a strike. It is a good point, Alex. I was wondering the same thing of probably trying to keep her fresh for the rest of the weekend. Now, while this game is 5-0 now, NC State came into Tallahassee last year in Lindsay Leswich's first season. There was one run rule game, but the other 2 NC State was in. They were competing. It was only a couple run differences in 2 of those games. So they feel like they can compete here as well. Waycaser on a line right into the glove of Tori Ensley in center field. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th.
Good solid contact for Hallie Waycaser, knowing again that she's been seeing the ball well. Squares that one up. Good sign for the Noles, who hadn't done a whole lot of damage off of Wynn Gore, so maybe a little breath of fresh air here for Florida State, trying to put a couple more across.
Maya Ross back up to bat, grounded out her lone AB in the 3rd. 12 stolen base also came earlier on this night. Two and 0 to Maya Ross. Small piece, fouls it off. Ross, a breakout season last year in her junior year. Trying to get right back to where she was a season ago. A little up and down this season. Called strike. Wyman catches up. 2-2 now the count. Ross really got a piece. That's going to be foul over the deck in left field. Two again to Ross. Foul. He's battling right now. That was the thing. Gore was really doing well in the 2 innings that she was in. Swing and a miss though. Wyman able to get it done. A strikeout. Well, first pitch fouled back from Michelle Tarpy. 0-2 strikeout. What do you got to see right now, Alex? You're getting back to the top of the order right now to try and spark something for this NC State team.
The NC State hitters have been pretty quiet the last couple of innings, and I feel like they had the big inning back in the 2nd, a big threat for Florida State, but did a good job shutting it down, and haven't seen a whole lot of quality plate appearances from the Wolfpack since. So just really trying to fight, trying to work themselves deep into counts and challenge Widra to have to come over the zone.
Widra has only allowed 3 hits in this game. Right now, Tarpy still looking for her first hit of the night. Grounded out her last at bat. Tarpy in the air. Will that do it? It's enough. Long gone from Michelle Tarpy. There's the spark the pack needed. 5-1.
Michelle Tarpy just gets her hands extended around this pitch. Look at this one, left up and over the zone there. A good pitch to hit, and one that you can definitely leave the yard with if you're Tarpy and have that kind of power. It's a good piece of hitting, driving that one deep. A little home run hugs, and then the celebration here coming into the dugout with her team. Interesting. I'm just glad she got back up.
Yeah, I don't know if my body ever did that. Probably not getting up afterwards. I'm also going to mention the fan out there on that home run. Good chance. Really was hoping he would make the catch out in left field behind the wall. Could have been a big moment. But a great moment for NC State. Right as we're talking about it, Alex, right on cue. Top of the order, Michelle Tarpy goes yard. And they needed that one. Her 4th home run And a pitching change for Florida State. New pitcher for the Noles. We'll let you know when we come back. In the circle now for Florida State, Jazzy Francis will come into this one, top of the 6th. Went 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. Wednesday versus Stetson, the freshman out of Rockledge, Florida. Good season in her first year.
Francis having a stellar freshman season so far and coming in and making a big impact on this Florida State pitching staff, and somebody that has a legitimate 5 speeds in her repertoire here out of the circle, mostly showcasing what she can do with an up, down, and change. A lot of good stuff, and excited to watch her throughout the rest of her career.
10th in the ACC in ERA. Well, it was a home run from NC State, and Michelle Tarpy with more on Tarpy. Back to Meredith.
Jack, in our call, Coach Leftwich was singing Michelle Tarpy's praises, saying she brings so much juice and energy to her team. That is her role. She elevates their energy, and they rise to match hers, and that's exactly what she did on that home run, reminding the Wolfpack they're still in this ball game as Jazzy Francis looks to shut it down.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Meredith. Her 4th home run of the season. Only a 4-run ball game. And that's what Lindsay Leftwich told us too. You can't think about the opponent, right? It's us versus us, not us versus them, especially when you think about the rest of the ACC opponents you have to face the rest of the season with Duke and Virginia Tech, and the list goes on. But right now, for the Wolfpack, still some light to try and climb back into this.
It's never over till it's over, and that's why I think Florida State too wanted some insurance runs the last couple of innings, because even with the 5-run lead that they held, it never feels quite like enough, especially when you're facing an offense that can leave the yard just like you can. Obviously Tarpy putting that one over, and there's a lot of threats throughout this lineup.
Outside from Francis. It's a power hitting NC State team too. 20th in the country in home runs coming in as a team with 44. That was the 45th for the Wolfpack off the bat of Tarpy. And now Hannah Church, who's got some power herself. Couldn't find it there. Jason E. Beecham makes the grab.
Now batting number 34, Hayden Bordeaux.
Hayden Bordeaux facing off with Jazzy Francis. First pitch, called strike from the freshman. Bordeaux tonight, 2 flyouts into center. Trying to find it right now. As Meredith said, opposite field foul. Talking about Michelle Tarpy and how she gets her teammates going. That's exactly what Peyton Bordeaux does, especially not even playing last year. Lindsay Leftwich said it. Off the field, she was the one that was reminding us of those little things and getting us excited and motivating her teammates. And now back on the field, still doing those same things. Off the end of the bat. Easy play for Weidra, now in at second. 2 outs.
Now batting number 44, Taylor Ensley.
Good job for Franzik. Again, just the mix of speeds, the 5 different velocities that she can throw out of the circle, just keeping these hitters off balance. A couple of fisted shots off the end of the bat.
My goodness, what is that like as a hitter when you know that there are those 5 different speeds coming at you?
It's tough, and it's not very often that you can face somebody that has that much command of the different pitches that they have. So typically as a hitter, you're looking for 1, maybe 2 different types of pitches that can actually be legitimately thrown to you. But off of Francis, you're really trying to commit to a plan, see something deep.
Called strike there to Taylor Ensley. Had a hit in her first at bat back in the 2nd inning off Annabelle Weidra. Now she's behind 0-2 for Jazzy Francis. Down low, ball 1. Hensley batting cleanup tonight. Trying to stay alive in this inning. 1-2. High and wide. 2-2 now the count.
Frantic's also done a good job so far coming into the game. The first couple of hitters getting ahead in the counts, attacking the zone early, making these hitters try and hit in pitchers' counts.
Rolled over to short. Torres stand here and answer in the bottom of the 6th. Annabelle Widra at the dish. She started this game in the circle. And lays down a bunt. Widra. Okay. She really does it all, Alex.
Torres.
And Widra's a crafty lefty too. She can hit the ball in the gaps, but she can lay down the short game as well, trusting her stuff. I love that kind of confidence, especially down in the order too, able to flip it back to the top. And again, just craftiness from the Noles, getting the job done.
Brings up Issa Torres, who has had a fantastic day. She's got a double, she's got a home run, and she's got a single. You go back earlier this week for Florida State with Alex Lodis and FSU baseball that walked it off with a grand slam to complete the cycle. This though from Torres over to short, gets one, not in time at first base. So Widra out at second. Nisa gonna reach.
It's the routine ground ball there by shortstop. Simmers just trying to turn the double play, but Issa Torres has good speed, as does the rest of this Florida State roster as a whole. It's really hard to turn a double play when Florida State's running down the line.
Especially with the speed that they got. Here's Tallahassee native Jason Beecham. Runner on for her, still looking for her first hit of the night into right field and off the wall. Beecham with eyes for second, Torres with eyes for home. Here she comes across in time. Beecham makes her way to third base, and an RBI triple for Jason Beecham gives the Noles a 6-1 lead. And Jason, her second career triple, first of the season.
Jason Beecham letting this ball get deep in the hitting zone. I like to see it, the power to the opposite field there. That one going off the right field fence. But look at the read from Torres. She never stops. She never commits to a side as well. That's really good base running. Easily coming across to score. And then Jason Beecham going to slide into third with the throw that went all the way home. Heads up stuff for the Noles.
Hart, first pitch, popped up in the infield. Underneath is Thrunk to make the grab. 2 outs. In the bottom of the 6th, Jason Beecham all the way around for the triple. That's a Florida State team. That's 6th in the country in triples. Most of that because of Kennedy Harp, who just flew out. She's got 9 on her own. That's the 19th triple of the season for the Noles. Beecham on third, Michaela Edenfield up to bat. Riley Wyman still trying to battle in the circle right now.
Yeah, that wasn't a home run.
First pitch to Edenfield. Right down Broadway, strike 1. Two RBI double for Michaela earlier on tonight. It's what she does best, bringing runners home. Hard hit foul into the netting. Now 11 games in a row reaching base safely. More number 51. Right back to Wyman. Squeeze of the glove makes the play. Simmers now on a 7-game hit streak. Also, biggest thing for Kendall, 3 straight games along that hit streak with home runs. Be a big spot for one here. 1-1. Missed outside, ball 2. Got to come back inside. Francic misses. And Simmers ahead 3-1.
Francic with the 5-run lead right now, just needing to attack the strike zone, challenge these NC State hitters, and trust your defense behind her to do the work.
Shows it there. Slows it down for strike 2, and now a full count. Freshman v. freshman. The payoff from Francic. Into the infield. Softly hit. Weedrup makes the grab. 2 more outs for NC State.
Now batting number 33, Elena Smith.
Now a new hitter for NC State. Pinch hitting Elena Smith. For Elena, what a spot for her. In Tallahassee, first swing, right up the gut. How about the first at-bat for Elena Smith? And the first pitch she sees sends it up the gut.
Well, and a great approach for Elena Smith, too, knowing that Francic is going to come right at her as the pinch hitter coming in off the bench. You're going to be attacked early in the count, so Francic doing just that, but Smith taking advantage, hitting it right back where it came from. Good piece of hitting.
Talk about again. First time at bat all season. Didn't waste no time. Brings up Hannah Goodwin with a runner on base. Coming off a monster game a week ago today versus Boston College. Game 1 had a career-high 5 RBIs. 3-run home run mixed into that. It's a 1-1 count to Goodwin. Right by her. 66 miles per hour from Francic. And K-time chants rang in from the Seminole softball complex. 1-2. Right by her again. Francic. Another strikeout. And NC State, they're down to their final out.
Francic, really good pitch here, in and tight on the hands. Tough pitch to hit, especially down in the zone too. You see Goodwin trying to get on top of that ball, but just can't get the barrel there in time. Good mix of speeds by Francic.
Drunk swinging out the first pitch, and Bueno couldn't handle it, but coming around, and in time to tag. Weedra to Beecham. Tags out Smith, sliding into third, and Florida State, they take game one, 6-1.
And tough play for Bueno, trying to come up with it, takes the late bounce there in the ricochet, but good heads-up play by Widra, sees the base runner, and Smith trying to advance to third. Easy play for Widra to Beecham. Nice little tag out at third base. You never want to make the last out at third. Tough play for the Wolfpack.
Tough one, looked like it could have been an opportunity for NC State to potentially try and get some runners aboard and make something happen at the end of the game, but Florida State, they're able to stay in control. 12 hits for them today, 6 runs, an error apiece on each side, and they're going to take game one 6-1. But again, you go back to last year with this team, NC State battled in this series. They were swept, but they made these games close. They made these games tight. And they're going to try and do that on Saturday and Sunday.
NC State is a team that you just can't quit on, but Florida State taking care of business, doing the small things right, able to manufacture runs in a lot of different ways. You can do it with the long ball, you can do it with balls in the gap, and they